You know what I mean? And here's another thing that I've said to you before, and I know that you're going to hate me bringing it up, and I don't know why you're ashamed of it, is that thing we talked about in the elevator.
What, reality television?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not ashamed of it. I mean, so I started out in reality TV. I was a Road Rules cast, right, in 1999, and they don't have the show anymore.
I'm starstruck.
Oh, you remember it?
I grew up watching you.
Yeah, because it was
in
when
the
we
Philippines?
were. Yeah.
No, I'm from America, man. Hey, man.
Well, wear a flag.
Chicago, bro.
Where's my
Chicago, bro?
No, but I grew up in.
Bro, put a flag patch on.
I grew-
you know?
I grew up.
Yeah,
I grew up in.
assimilate, bro.
I know, dude.
I grew up in Georgia, and I used to watch
Right.
it all the time. during
Oh,
the
that's
summer.
awesome, man. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, I mean, it was just a wild time. I guess it's just because it's hard to it's not hard to separate from it. It's just it was just, I was so young. You know, I'm 37 now. Like, I was 19 when that happened.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
that doesn't count. It just doesn't.
It does, and also I'm going to just say this, okay?
Yeah.
Is that because I don't never seen the show. I've heard of it. I don't know that you're from there.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of comics are like that. A lot of comics that are older are like, you know, what the fuck is that? We've heard of it, but you know, your merit, it's what you are now that I judge you by.
Yeah.
Okay. And what I see is a comic, a real comedian with real chops who's gonna go places.
Yeah.
And for you to get spots at the store, the Improv, Laugh Factory on a nightly basis, which is what you do.
Yeah.
To do headline, I know what rooms you play.
Yeah.
They're all A-list rooms.
Yeah.
That's not, you know, a reality show guy. That's a real comics,
Right.
you know, life.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's something that you did in the past, but I think it's interesting to do a show like that show. What's it called?
Road Rules?
Road Rules. And to reinvent yourself.
That's
Right.
you know, Jamie Chung. I know you went to Israel.
talked
yeah,
about
yeah,
Yeah.
Jamie Chung did.
Yeah,
it.
she was on The Real World.
Yeah,
in
she
San
was on
Diego.
Real World.
Christina Pravinsky. What did she do?
Pazitsky was a Road Rules cast.
Right.
Yeah.
She is hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very
she's
funny.
very
So,
funny.
you know, in certain instances, you can come from a show like that. Like,
Yeah.
You know what? I swear to fucking God, when I left Mad TV, I couldn't get auditions because the casting directors would be like, yeah, he's from Mad TV.
Yeah.
It was a negative thing, right? So I just went, all right, I'm just going to go back to stand-up. They don't want me. And then you see Key and Peele, Jordan, you know, Keegan, Ike, a bunch of people do well. I'm doing okay.
Yeah.
And now those things, they're not said anymore. It's more of a thing, oh, they're from that.
Right.
Right? But for many years, I was ashamed of it. I really was. It was like a shameful thing.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah, because nobody wanted, like, it. There was a sense of, like, that it wasn't cool.
Right.
Right? And it wasn't, I don't think, at the time. But if you look at who's come from there, the lineage, the comedy lineage, I mean, the people even writing, like,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, I mean, Colton Dunn, who's on
Superstore.
but he was one of our writers
Yeah.
for years. Michael Hitchcock from all the Christopher Guest movies was one of our producers. I mean, there was a lot of when we'd go to Mad TV, we'd hang out with Eugene Levy and all these guys that used to hang out there. John Candy's daughter. I mean, all the SCTV, the history of it would be there. But we, in terms of the media or in general, the country, no one gave a fuck.
Right.
But I can't change my past.
Yeah.
And when they offered me the show, I took it
Yeah.
because what am I also going to do?
Yeah.
It's an opportunity.
Yeah.
And I did it, and I'm fine. My career's fine. Right? My point, though, is that you came from there, but it's nothing to be ashamed of.
Yeah.
And I remember, like, you know, I used to bring you up like that. You didn't like it. I won't. I understand why then.
Yeah.
Because you want the audience, you know what I mean? But I just think that you should never run from it, dude. Because people
But I also
literally
get,
respect you.
I get what you're saying because there's
Right.
a stigma attached to reality TV in general and the types of characters that are in reality TV today, which it's a stigma.
Yeah.
So to
it
separate
is for
from
some.
that.
It is when you don't have talent.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You know, you know when a lot of these guys, it's a lottery. They won a lottery ticket, but then some people actually have talent,
Yeah.
real talent. And at 19, if they were to ask me to do Road Rules, it would have changed my life.
Yeah.
I got no pussy. I had no friends. I got nothing. At 19, I was invisible.
Were you really,
Yeah.
buddy? Oh.
Absolutely. I would walk into anywhere and no one saw me.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right. And so, of course, I would have taken that at 19.
Yeah, I mean, I had no plans of going to comedy or being a comedian. I didn't have any. I was just walking across campus at college, and I was just like really, really depressed. And they had like auditions, and then next thing you know, I was. They called me one day, and they asked me to go on this trip, you know, and I was like, oh, this is going to be really, really interesting. And then. Yeah, and then that's how I got into it. I think the part that kind of burned me was like, or the part that got to me was like whenever I got out to LA years later and I decided I'm going to get in, I want to do stand-up. Some of it was, there was times where, you know, I liked making people laugh because I always, you know, like, and this is part of alcoholism, I just never felt, I just always thought people just didn't like me. Ever since I was young, it just, something was wrong with me. I had this ism where I thought people just didn't like me, and it just, there was nothing I could ever do in a moment to feel any different. And so I knew if I was making people laugh that they had to be liking me for that few seconds, because they couldn't hate, you can't not like somebody and laugh.
Right.
So it was like a real proof that I had, you know, visually. And so, you know, then I got into making people laugh, and then you would get out to like places, and then there was always just like these dudes who would like come from other cities or whatever, who'd probably auditioned to be on these reality shows. Cause like, it was always those types of people I would see when I would go into auditions and stuff,
Right.
who would always kind of, I guess, made me feel negative about it.
Right.
Right.
You know, so I don't know if sometimes the feelings came from me as much as they did probably just from some weird lack of acceptance.
Yeah.
And back in Louisiana, people would like try to fight me at bars, and guys would like, I remember
Jeez.
people throwing bottles at me, and like it just got crazy. And that's one of the reasons why I left Louisiana, was because it got so crazy.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it just got,
Out of jealousy, right? Probably.
I guess.
They get drunk. Fuck this guy.
Yeah.
He's on TV and
It's
MTV.
fag.
That's
Yeah, they
faggot.
just
Yeah,
say,
yeah,
and the
that's-
N word.
yeah.
They call me the N word too, and I'm like, what? You know, like, I mean, I'm Polish Nicaraguan.
Oh, yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
But so yeah, just idiots. You know, I mean, there's a lot of idiocy in a lot of places. So, but that made me feel on that.
But the suffering. But
Yeah.
you coming to LA, and you know what? To be honest with you, it probably wasn't good for you in the beginning when you came to LA.
Yeah.
Right? Those things could have been real. That, you know, they were like saying shit or whatever, right? But the thing is that the suffering is key. It
Yeah.
motivates you, right, to go, I'm going to get through this.
Yeah.
Without suffering, there is no reward. Or true reward. I believe that.
Yeah, I
all
believe
those
that.
moments of me going, oh my God, I'm out. I will show
I'm
you.
done.
I will show you.
Yeah.
One day I will show you.
Ooh.
And that idea, that feeling, I still have. It'll never go away.
Yeah.
That I am going to show you what I'm capable of.
Yeah, I think some of that hit me, man. Some
Right.
of that got into me. I was like, okay, like, you know, I didn't even have a chance, or I was making really any choices in my life. I was 19, and then now you guys are going to say, oh, this guy isn't, you know, talented, or this guy couldn't be an entertainer, you know, and I was like, okay, I'm going to take the hardest job to do. I'm going to take stand up, and I'm going to do that then.
Yeah.
Because then there's no way that anybody could say, they can say whatever they want, but with stand up, there's nobody can help you. I mean, they can
Right.
get you up on that stage, but you have to be up there.
Oh my God. You not only have to do that, right? You are now following, because some of the spots that you get are later, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen the lineups where it's like heavy fucking hitters, dude.
Oh yeah.
And you go up there and crush too.
Oh yeah. After
That's
you,
so that right.
D'Elia,
So
Rogan,
right. What
any
I'm
of these
saying
guys.
is that right there should show people a lot.
Yeah.
Which is like, that's a legitimate soldier shit, bro.
But
Yeah.
I think you're also at a point in your career where I don't think anyone doubts that anymore. Like,
Right.
They
so
don't.
you have, you've been around long enough as a stand-up that I don't think anyone would ever question that about you. At least for me, like, I didn't know you from Road Rules, and
Yeah.
when I saw you, like, there was no doubt in my mind that your legitimacy is 150%. Like, I never thought, I wonder where this guy came from
Yeah.
or where he started. It was like, no, this guy's been doing stand-up all his life. That's what I thought.
Right.
Yeah. Yo, dude, I'm gonna be real with you right now, dude. I promise you this, man. I promise you this right now, man.
Wow.
Okay. I never bring it up again, but I just needed to bring
Did
it
you-
up. This, babe.
You shouldn't have brought it up.
I know. I brought it up this one time just to address it,
Yeah.
but you and I, we're past it.
Okay.
Oh, just babe. Let me. All right.
Will you speak up, please?
All right. You and I are past it.
Okay.
And we're gonna move beyond it, bro.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. What does that mean?
All right.
I have no idea.
You have to,
you know-
you
you don't know-
gotta
you know what this
deflect
is?
it. You gotta do this.
No,
It's
no,
deflect,
baby.
Deflect
See,
it.
no.
Yes.
Damn, bro.
That's how
No.
deflect.
She thinks that this, when I do this, right, is a negative thing.
It is negative.
It's
Trust
not.
me.
It's
It is.
positive.
It is. It's negative.
It's positive.
It
He's
seems like a
trying to.
gun,
right?
He's trying
Like
to
it's like a
really.
very
It's not a gun.
small
Yeah.
gun.
It's not a gun. You know what? Because you know what you don't see?
Huh.
This.
His hands of
This
Jesus.
is Jesus'
Oh,
hand.
the
You can't see it
pipeline.
right now.
The
Yeah.
pipeline.
God's touching me right now, dude.
Yeah.
He is where?
You don't see it, but
Right.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where we at?